Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I want to dive into a fascinating topic: the psychology of men who are deep thinkers. In a world that often celebrates quick decisions and extroverted charisma, these men stand out as quiet observers, relentless analyzers, and profound truth seekers. But what makes them tick? Why do they often feel like outsiders? And how can understanding their mindset help us all? Over the next 10 minutes, we'll explore their traits, strengths, challenges, and the unique ways they navigate relationships and society. Let's start by defining what we mean by a deep thinker. Psychologically, these are individuals who go beyond the obvious. They probe into the why and how of things, tolerating the ambiguity and complexity that others might avoid. When we focus on men, societal expectations play a big role. Men are often conditioned to be stoic providers and problem solvers, which can amplify deep thinking into a silent, internal process. These aren't just daydreamers, they're men who listen more than they speak, constantly analyzing the world around them. Think of historical figures like Albert Einstein or modern icons like Elon Musk, men whose deep rumination led to groundbreaking ideas, but often at a personal cost. Now, let's look at the key characteristics. One hallmark is their willingness to face intellectual discomfort. They aren't deterred by uncertainty, they embrace it, comparing ideas against evidence and accepting outcomes even if they're unsettling. Deep thinkers are truth seekers at heart. They need a structured, logical understanding of concepts and emotions. In men, this might manifest as overthinking small details while sometimes overlooking obvious emotional cues from others. They're also loyal by nature. Once they commit to an idea, person, or project, it's for the long haul. But this depth comes with a flip side. They can be indecisive, ruminating on past mistakes or future possibilities to the point of paralysis. So, psychologically, what's happening inside their minds? Deep thinking often ties into high levels of introspection and cognitive empathy. These men process information analytically, drawing connections that others miss. However, this can lead to overthinking, which in men is sometimes externalized through behaviors like irritability or withdrawal, rather than overt anxiety. Studies show that deep thinkers are more interested in internal worlds, what's beneath the surface, than external appearances. For men, societal norms discourage emotional vulnerability, so their deep thoughts often stay hidden, brewing like a storm under calm waters. This isn't about intelligence itself, it's about a mindset that's willing to wrestle with complexity. The strengths of these men are undeniable. In our fast-paced world, their ability to think deeply fosters innovation and problem-solving. They excel in fields like philosophy, science, engineering, and strategy, where surface-level thinking just falls short. Deep thinkers often become the unsung heroes in crises, offering nuanced perspectives that lead to better outcomes. Their loyalty makes them reliable partners and friends. Once you've earned their trust, it's ironclad. Moreover, their introspection can lead to profound personal growth, turning life's challenges into opportunities for wisdom. But let's not sugarcoat it. Being a deep-thinking man comes with real challenges. One major struggle is social isolation. In group settings, they might come across as aloof or uninterested because they're processing everything internally. Small talk feels trivial. They crave meaningful conversations, which aren't always available. This can lead to feelings of being misunderstood, especially in relationships. And overthinking, as I mentioned, has hidden costs. It drains energy, heightens stress, and can contribute to mental health issues like anxiety or depression if it goes unchecked. Men, in particular, face a double bind. Society expects them to be strong and decisive, yet deep thinking requires time and vulnerability, which can be seen as a weakness. Speaking of relationships, this is where the psychology gets particularly intriguing and sometimes painful. Many deep-thinking men find it hard to open up about their inner world. Why? Because past experiences may have taught them that vulnerability can backfire. In romantic partnerships, Sharing deep thoughts might be perceived as emotional overload or a lack of confidence. These men often feel like they're speaking a different language. They overanalyze emotions, missing the intuitive cues that others pick up on effortlessly. Yet, when they do connect with someone who appreciates their depth, perhaps another deep thinker, it creates bonds that are incredibly fulfilling. The key is communication. Deep thinkers thrive when they can express ideas in a structured way, without judgment. So, how can these men and those around them navigate this better? First, embrace mindfulness techniques to curb overthinking, like journaling or meditation, which can channel deep thoughts productively. Second, seek out communities or mentors who value intellectual depth. Think book clubs, philosophy groups, or online forums. For society, we need to redefine masculinity to include emotional and intellectual vulnerability. We should encourage men to share without fear of judgment. It could transform relationships and mental health. In conclusion, the psychology of men who are deep thinkers reveals a rich, complex inner life that's both a gift and a challenge. They are the philosophers in a world of doers, the analysts in a sea of impulsivity. By understanding them better, we not only support these men, but also enrich our own perspectives. Remember, depth isn't a flaw, it's a superpower waiting to be harnessed. Thank you for your time. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.